not about, bearing on that pump, but it's about keeping 100,000 people warm during the winter.
Hello world, and welcome to another episode of Asset Management Visionaries Shaping Tomorrow. I am so honored and so excited. We have a super special guest and friend, Karolina Szymanska. Hello and welcome.
Hello, Maura. I am so absolutely blown away that I can be sitting here next to you. It's a pleasure and a privilege. Thank you.
Same. We share the same gratefulness of life. You and I have talked so much about this, and it is indeed never take for granted any friendship, any of your colleagues. I always said in a world of 8.8 billion people, and when you meet with someone, it's always great. So again, thank you. We are so happy and thrilled. But I know about you, and I'm learning even more about you. But tell the world, who is Karolina?
Who is Karolina? Oh, Karolina is a originally Polish girl who have been living now in UK for, 20 years. Karolina loves animals and art and is really passionate about humans and mindset. And this is something that really gets me out of bed every morning. The kind of, realization that I can do something to help others adjust to this world that we're living, which is a little bit crazy now, but there's a beauty in crazy as well, right?
There's so much opportunity as well. And that's something that you and I share, our passion and love for people. And we want to be exploring a little bit about that part, because we also know that you're diving into digitalization. You want to tell a little bit about that, and then we explore more?
Yes. So my career background was working for the integrator for the software, enterprise asset management software. And that's where I started to kind of, get interested about, how it all works. Technology is amazing. It gives us this kind of like a real edge. However, I think for me, where I started to realize, technology is one thing, but the most important thing, and I think that technology should be a tool for humans, right? And that's how I started to really explore the importance of the human factor in digital transformation projects, and kind of how, it's kind of difficult because obviously, we are naturally resisting change. We don't like change. Change, it's always a risk, right? And we usually are risk averse. So it's kind of I was starting to be really passionate about how to empower people, how to make them a little bit more resilient and ready for whatever is coming. And in today's age as well, of this our amazing intelligence that we are now facing, right? Not to be discouraged, because a lot of people are kind of treating AI as maybe a threat to their work, which I totally disagree. I think it's such an amazing tool. It's such a great gift for us, but just embracing it, and like with any other tool, learning how to actually operate it, right?
Yes.
In a safe, ethical way.
I love that, the ethical part, that is such an important piece. And we always wonder, what is our own relationship with technology, right? It starts with oneself. What would you tell people out there that perhaps are a little bit upset about it or afraid about it? What would be one advice you want to take in consideration to them?
I would say treat it as a part of an evolution, not revolution, not disaster happening soon. It's just an evolution. I'm sure that maybe it will sound a little bit cheesy, but if you think about it, when there was an industrial revolution and railway was introduced, the people who were driving carriages were probably looking at trains in a little bit the same way that we're looking at AI right now and thinking like, oh, well, it takes, what's going on, right? But it's then up to us, really, how it's our perspective, how we will start treating it, because it's all about our mindset and how we want to approach it. Because we can, of course, always treat it as in a negative way or in a positive way. And upskill, embrace the challenge. It's actually so exciting.
It is. I call it the human-machine collaboration. But I tell you, right, it starts with oneself. I believe in past episode I told my story. I write poetry, and I do also have poetry with machine assistants. One just by myself and with a machine. But when I was working with a machine, I felt a little bit, perhaps I was not in the right pathway. But then I said to myself, okay, let me reflect. If I am not collaborating with a machine, this would have never come up with my prompt. But then if I insert my prompt, the machine gives another flavor and we build together. It's building that knowledge.
Exactly. And it's as well like having the courage to literally experiment and be creative with the prompts, because like we know what you give in, you get out, right? So the more, I think, creative you can be with what you want to take out of it and just test your ideas, it will embrace it and it learns. It's getting a little, like I love, I use AI every day, but obviously I will never abuse it, right? If
the
that makes
ethical
sense.
portion you were saying.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I'm just having so much fun with it.
I love it. We were having fun together with that, definitely. And having fun also part of what you do. Tell the world about your role with Women in Reliability and Asset Management.
So, being a woman, I obviously, I love women. I think we are amazing. I love men as well.
All together.
Right? All together. But, it's all, I think what WIRAM brings to the world is such an important message of inclusivity, of giving an example. When you see the leaders, you start to be inspired. You start to want to, you imagine yourself in their shoes at one day, right? And especially for young, amazing girls who are sometimes maybe hearing like, oh, maths, engineering, that's not really for you. It's such a breath of fresh air to see that, there are women who want to share that amazing gift of, going into STEM and doing something maybe a little bit out of the ordinary, out of the routine, out of the stereotype, right? And for me as well, what is beautiful, through WIRAM, I've met absolutely amazing people, great women, great visionaries, passionate about their work, but as well about life. Because WIRAM is not only, so it's amazing and for the professionals, but it's not only about professional skills, it's also about us humans being in that, ecosystem together, and it's so empowering. So what an amazing, amazing opportunity when you are a part of WIRAM, when you are volunteering for WIRAM, to just really, you can have a voice for women who are maybe sometimes, it's let's be honest, engineering and asset management, reliability, it was and still is predominantly male. So, it's a drop of hope, fresh air.
Yes, and you are walking the walk and talking the talk, because with Women in Reliability and Asset Management in UK, where you will be inviting some of our volunteers. I know we're going to have a lot of people trying to find out how to get involved. But I am saying that what you're mentioning, not only technical topics, but you have been really an advocate for mental health topics, leadership topics. Tell us a little bit about what is to expect more of WIRAM UK 2026 and beyond.
So we are very excited because our team is growing, and we are so, grateful for everybody who is volunteering, and we want to start talking about the topics that will be really pertinent for 2026. So embracing the AI, embracing new challenges that it brings to the everyday work. We have my amazing colleagues, Laura and Christina. I'm just saying hello to you all, and I'm really grateful to be a part of the team. And we are really kind of very inviting everybody. We are not only working with reliability leaders, but we are working with people from different backgrounds to bring another perspective into WIRAM. We would like to maybe be a part of a few events that are happening in UK, so people can join and meet face to face, because there is nothing like meeting face to face, right?
Nothing like it.
Yes. So we have amazing plans, but we also have really open ears. So for any ideas, if there are any topics that people would like to talk about, that people feel like there is a need to maybe explore deeper, then we would be happily looking for experts and people who can sit alongside and give that, deeper perspective, that more in-depth information. So it all starts to be just flow. Easy.
Definitely. And that call to action, we're going to be including the link about women in reliability and asset management and how you can be part of this UK chapter, which they are doing a lot of activities. I attended the global summit that we did at virtual. Christina presented. She's a new engineer and she's bringing so much fresh air and knowledge, a well of knowledge. And that is what is asset management, a view of perspectives. Now, your background is marketing.
Yes.
And we understand now you're an entrepreneur. Tell us about that jump in your life.
Oh, well, that is actually a very, I think, vulnerable story. Because as a lot of big changes, they go with some events in our lives that have a big impact. For me, it was like literally a total burnout, where, one of those meetings when you are sitting, the coffee is already cold, slide 47, and suddenly I'm asked for some creative impact. And I was just feeling blank, totally. My mind went blank. I was feeling so numb, and I was thinking, you know what, this is the time now. And I've always been lucky to be surrounded by amazing people who were supporting me, but also what I would like to say, that it's so important that when you are in that space, talk about it. Do not hide. Be open and honest. And that's how I started to look at, okay, so what can I do? What are other possibilities? What skill? So you kind of have to do like a balancing act, right? What is it that I want to do? What gives me pleasure? What am I passionate about? And what are my skills? And then how can I then put it all in a little package and do something that will just give me joy and, reignite my passion for life and for work. And that's how I set up my little agency. It's like a marketing agency for tech companies. but it has now, through 2.5 years, and it has been developed now into, I'm creating programs about human potential. I've done some coaching certifications, so I am also creating coaching programs. I'm just so happy and in such a good place in my life right now. But as I said, I've been very down. It sometimes just takes the courage, push, and amazing people around you to show you that there is maybe another way. So if you're struggling, just don't.
Wow, there is so much to unpack. The first thing that I want to say, thank you for sharing your story. This is definitely a safe space. And we are so honored that you decided to talk about it, because first thing is about the burnout. A lot of people may say, no, that doesn't exist, or what is that? But it does.
It does.
It does, and you lived it, you went through it. Second portion is the sharing. Not to get all that burn by yourself, but share with other people how you're feeling. We are humans. I always say life is a roller coaster. Yes, acknowledging there are going to be days and days and moments, because we also need to compartmentalize a day. In a day, the whole day is not bad. Just pieces of it, and even bad, really, we are learning from that moment. So what you did was you make a pause, you understood what was going on, you shared, and look at you now. You're clear with your vision, you are creating even more. And definitely we do talk about the mask. You have to place the mask first to help others. You nurture yourself so you can nurture others. And thank you for that story, because we also need to make posts. And also, if you're not having fun, why, right?
Yeah.
You have to have fun. Are you having fun now?
Of course. And you know what? We have one life.
Yes.
And just, you have to live it.
Yeah, I believe so too, fully. I said 200%. And I know you're living it over 200%. So I'm so happy for you.
I've also been inspired by somebody who is sitting next to me to go, to explore some talking and speaking. So I'm so grateful.
Yeah, right back at you. We inspire one another. And that's the idea of the network with WIRAM, that you're going to get to meet people that you will be fascinated by it, because we all have something to share. We complement one another, right? It's not about competing with one another. It's complementing one another. And it's a synergy. We always talk about it. 1 + 1 + 1 equals millions, sometimes even priceless. You have such a fascinating story. Karolina, and with all so much knowledge that you have, we also know that you're a certified reliability leader, CRL. Tell us about that experience.
For me, that was absolutely amazing, because it gave me that depth that I needed to understand how sometimes challenging, but also how amazingly important the job of reliability leader is. And what really hit me is telling stories. So coming from a marketing background, I've connected the dots. And what was beautiful for me is that kind of like finding the depth of what reliability leaders do, because it's not just about maintaining assets or predictive maintenance. It's about understanding what impact your job has on the world. So it's not about changing the bearing on that pump, but it's about keeping 100,000 people warm during the winter. So it's just finding the purpose. It really, this CRL course gave me that depth of looking at reliability from the perspective of, bottom up and top down, which was very, very interesting. And I have met so many amazing CRLs, and I've been, so my network has grown. I'm talking to so many more people. and we're exploring different topics. So it gives you it's like a catapult to a greater depth and to, taking your career further.
Well, congratulations first with the certification. I love hearing the story about the connections you're making, right? The network is growing, and it is about the communication. Everybody understanding when we're talking about a term, not acronyms, but the beauty of the understanding.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, the marketer.
Yes.
You need to have a marketer in your team, and it is okay to be excited. And that's the point, right? The beauty. Are you excited about reliability?
Absolutely.
Exactly. I want to make sure you are also excited about reliability and asset management. That's the idea.
And the whole framework is just mind-blowing, how detailed, how great design it is, and how helpful it is to really build your reliability strategy.
Yes, it is all about the strategy. And it starts from the design, even from the business need. That is so great. And we hope that you continue the journey. As you know, once you get your certified reliability leader, you might be working perhaps in a leadership project or vibration project. And you can also get different knowledge domain belts, what we call mastery belts. And once you get 5 of them, including asset management, you can get also the black belt. So we hope that you get into that journey. Why not?
Of course.
Definitely.
I am up for the challenge,
I love it. We already are saying this on camera, so next time we have to interview Karolina being a black belt. I'm sure of it. That's definitely. We're gonna now ask you for a call to action for people that perhaps are saying, okay, I'm in this moment of my life. I wanna make a change. I wanna make sure that you make the call to action of the people that are listening on that side that might be burnout, and then a call to action on WIRAM, Women in Reliability and Asset Management.
So my burnout call to action is, please don't struggle on your own, because you don't have to. It's your choice, and you can choose to change. It doesn't have to be a drastic change. Open up, talk to people. People are amazing. There are actually so many beautiful people around us. And sometimes we don't see it, especially when we are in that position when, everything seems dark, but they really are. So don't struggle on your own. Open up and talk. And there will always be, I'm sure there will be networks and help available. And even if it's your friend, brother, mother,
Yes.
start talking, open up. And about everybody who is thinking about engineering, software, maintenance, you ladies have to join WIRAM, because we are such an amazing community, and we are creating the ecosystem that is worldwide, it's global. You meet people from around the world, you talk about the topics that are really pertinent for you, for your career, for your self-development, to upskill in whatever way you want, and you are shaping what WIRAM is giving you. So it's such an amazing, amazing place to be.
Thank you, Karolina. Every time I interact with you, I learn something new. And today, of course, having you face to face is just such a richness experience. Thank you. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much for having me here. I'm really happy that we could have that time together.
Yes, yeah, that's quality over quantity.
Exactly.
Grateful. We are grateful. And for more interviews like these and to learn more about Karolina, follow us at the Association of Asset Management Professionals, not only with Women in Reliability and Asset Management, we're also continue the creation of chapters worldwide with spreading asset management knowledge. All the best to each of you. Follow us in our network, and we will see you in the next episode of Asset Management Visionaries, Shaping Tomorrow. And remember to smile. We'll see you soon. Thank you.
Bye.